What's up, everyone? Welcome to Cracka Season 3, Episode 21, I believe, if I'm correct. Whatever. Lots of stuff to kind of talk about. I'm going to show some comics, stuff like that, of course. But I want to thank some new subscribers. Bronco Buster, it's actually my friend Kevin is part of that. Thanks for subscribing. I know I'm going to butcher this name. Ariel Madura? Madura? Sorry, I suck with pronouncing names. But thanks for subscribing. And Diamond Frost 77. Thanks for subscribing. It's kind of funny. I can't seem to break that 200 mark. Every time I get like 5 new subscribers, I lose 7. Whatever. No big deal. It's quality over quantity. A couple people I want to thank before I get into this whole thing. And I know I might sound a little strange. Aside from being stuffed up, and I might even be a little louder. Can't hear a thing in this ear for who knows how long now. Went to go visit my uncle. He does a lot of police work. Well, he used to be a cop, then he became a SWAT member, and then went to detective work, and then whole big thing. I went to go visit him, say what's up, and he was in like this R&D section of his police department, which I didn't even know police departments had, and they were messing around with these high-frequency sonic things. He pulled his pin and it screeches like there's no tomorrow. And of course, I walked in at the wrong time and the friggin' thing went off in my ear and messed up my whole left ear. So now I can't hear one thing out of here. Nothing. Doctors claim it's temporary. They're hoping because the way my ear was, I guess maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just lucky. But they're claiming it's temporary, and you know, they said I'm going to hear a pop and then my hearing will be back, which has been a couple days now, so I don't know. It sucks. It itches for some reason, but can't hear a thing. Fun times. On top of being stuffed up from allergies, so that's even better. So this year's all stuffed up with, like, you know, good times. My day just keeps rolling. And my cell phone was destroyed. Can't get a new one yet, so it's just been just keeps piling up. It brings a smile to my face of all the crap that seems to be coming around in one shot. And also, me being stupid, I went to class to train, try to get my mind off everything, and I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and I actually sliced up my forearm. It's actually healed really good. It's my mutant healing ability. This whole thing was sliced, but you can kind of just see where it's, if I can turn my arm, kind of scratched right up here, but this whole thing was cut open. Not bad. But anyway, neither here nor there. Like I said, a couple people I want to thank from the bottom of my heart. Leo N, Hippies Collectibles, Space Baby, Hero Hunter 81, King Joe, Raider 1717, Red Vitamin Blue, Schmo Daddy 2, and Mr. Fix It Smash. I want to thank you guys and girl for the comments, and also, you know, just the unbelievable support everyone's throwing my way with all the crap that's been hitting me. It's kind of been messing with my mind a little bit. I'm like, oh man. I was thinking of was a Chainsaw Bob Strike Back. It's like, when's it gonna be my time? But whatever. You know, things are the way they are. Just nothing you're gonna do about it. I'm not gonna bitch and moan, and I'm not gonna dwell on it because it's not doing any good anywhere. But like I said, I'm gonna go over some stuff that I found interesting. Ryan Reynolds apparently is cornering the market on everything. He's in RIPD now. And apparently he just got the role of Highlander. Oh, man. And Tom Hiddleston, who played Loki, apparently he's going to play the Crow now. I don't know. I think the Crow is the one thing they should have left alone, but, you know, they got to make their money. And one thing I'm a little pissed off about is Iron Man 3, which are nearly ending, which sucks. I was reading this article, and the guy didn't say, you know, they didn't put a spoiler alert thing up there, and I read into it, I'm like, son of a bitch, when it said, like, the whole ending, because it came out overseas already. And the thing that's pissed me off is that it just shows how greedy people can be. My friends always bust my balls, because, you know, I talk about him a lot on here. He loves Superman, which, you know, there's no problem with that. And he loves going to the movies. That's his thing. And, you know, I bust his balls about it, and I joke around. I'm like, you know, you gotta have, you know, whatever. But it's all in good fun. And he was bitching and moaning. He's like, you know, did you get your Iron Man 3 tickets? And I'm like, nah, I didn't get them yet. I didn't have the money. I was like, you gotta wait. And because he got his, like, over, like, a month and a half ago. And he's like, yo, you gotta get him, you gotta get him. We have a midnight show, and we're gonna go to midnight show, and we're gonna have fun. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll get him, but don't worry about it. Never had a problem before. Never had, I'd always go, sometimes the night before, and I'd get them or order them online or whatever it is. The thing that's pissed me off is apparently Disney turns around and told the box offices that they want, basically the box office gets like a 50-50 split with the company and the box office, the money they make, which apparently has been like that for, God knows how long. Disney turns around and says they want 60 to 65% now rather than the 50. They want more money because now they own Marvel, they own Star Wars, they own like all the freaking Pixar and DreamWorks and all that crap. And the box office you got to be out of your mind. We're gonna 50-50 has always been the thing. So now the movie theaters pulled Iron Man 3. So I was like, oh man, and I was reading this whole article and they were saying that they're not going to give in to corporations like Disney because Disney's throwing their weight around and like we own everything and we want more money, we deserve more money, we don't get enough, blah blah blah, as if they don't, like a fucking billion-dollar corporation, like they need more money. And it pissed me off because now they're not selling Iron Man 3 tickets. So my friend had got pissed off originally because they were saying that they pulled the movie entirely and they were going to give you like refunds for your ticket. And he's flipping out. He's like, this sucks. He's like, I don't, whatever it is. Then he found out that the company is honoring the tickets that you have. If you have midnight showing, they're going to show it, but they're not going to show the movie after that. Like that's until they come to some kind of agreement with Disney. And which sucks because if they do give in and they give Disney 60 to 65%, that means they're going to charge everybody else more money to go see these friggin' things. So it's a little insane. But as of right now, it doesn't look like I'm going to be seeing the midnight showing because I can't get tickets. Not because they're sold out, just because they're not selling them. So, who knows? That kind of pisses me off. Another thing interesting before I get into comics. Injustice, Gods Among Us. Love that game. I just wanted to throw a few things out there. It actually is a lot of fun. Granted, online is kind of a bitch because you always get the assholes, they seem to find me all the time. But besides that, the Star Labs missions are really, really cool, but a lot of them are really, really frustrating. They seem to favor the computer more than you. Like, there was one thing where they had like ice or whatever coming down, and every time I played this one board, the ice would hit me every single time, but would never hit the computer. The computer miraculously dodged it like a split second, and it's just flat out annoying. But they are fun. But like I said, they're really, there's a few of them in there that are just beyond frustrating. Where it's like, you got to be kidding me. And DLC, I'm pretty disappointed in the DLC. I was reading one of the leaks, and they told about what the DLC characters are. One of them is Lobo, which is really cool. I was kind of very interested to see how he's going to work. Then, of course, is the kind of things that kind of are like, it's kind of not a waste, but there's so many of the characters you could have used. The other DLC character is a Batgirl, which is cool, but it's like, it's just another clone of, Batman. They probably have the same exact moves. Then the other character is Zod, that they put in there because of the Superman movie, which is going to be exact freaking clone of Superman in the game, probably. Hopefully I'm wrong, but probably not. And the last DLC character is Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Me, personally, I would have liked to have seen them, stick with DC characters. Like, we don't need to throw a friggin' Mortal Kombat character in there, but hey, whatever. I like Scorpion, so, not that bad. But me, personally, I would have loved to have seen, like, something outside of, like, the console, like, almost like Swap. Like, you look at, let's see, what characters? You got, trying to think. Alright, you got Green Lantern, Sinestro, almost exactly the same. Granted, they have different, moves, but they're almost exactly the same. Then you have Black Adam and Shazam, same stuff. I mean, like I said, granted, different moves, but they pretty much fight the same in a way. I would have liked to seen, like, stuff out of the box, like Captain Atom, or The Atom. Would be interesting, having, like, have strength moves or something like that. Different, played up. You could have used Vixen. That would have been an interesting one. Dr. Fate would have been cool. But, hey, maybe the next one. But anyway, what else was there? Oh, yeah, I forgot to, and I want to thank Derek B. Wheels and David S. Raccoonus. They're another group of people that were throwing some comments my way and giving me some support. I'm sorry, I wrote everything down. It's separated, so My bad. um, anyway, I'm going to go over some comics. I do have an unbelievably large amount of stuff that I haven't read yet that were fairly new. Mostly DC I kind of put to the side a little bit. And I still have like stacks and stacks of comics that I have to put away and that I haven't had a chance to. And I'm not going to review all the ones that I did read because there's just too many of them and I'm too far behind. I'm going to show a few that I did enjoy and which are interesting. This one, they're in no order, so this is Spectacular Spider-Man number 90. Now, the reason this is interesting, I think this is the first appearance of the Black Suit in the Spectacular Spider-Man series. But I'm a huge Black Cat fan. This is a huge Black Cat solo story. Basically, she's talking about how she got her Black Cat powers, and she's looking for Spider-Man. Apparently, from what I remember, I think it was on Secret Wars, and the last panel they show him in the costume. Not a bad book. Spectacular Spider-Man 87. This was just awesome, because this is the thing where Spider-Man finally reveals to Black Cat who he is, and she's like disgusted. She's like, "Oh my God, put your mask on." It's just funny as hell. And he's like, "I don't get it. I want to share everything." Yeah. Moving on. Avenging Spider-Man. I know these are really late, but like I said, I'm gonna do them anyway. Avenging Spider-Man number 19 was freaking awesome. They brought back Sleepwalker and they made him really, really cool. Just an awesome, interesting story. Spider-Man is basically asleep in like a nightmare realm, but because it's Dr. Octopus's brain, it's all like octopus related. They have like a giant octopus monster coming and trying to kill him, and his father's trying to get him, and Sleepwalker's trying to help him. He's like, "This is what's going on." If you haven't gotten this one, pick it up. It is definitely cool. Alpha Big Time number 3. I'm not a fan of the artwork all that much on these. They're not that bad, but I've seen better. But they've been pretty interesting so far. It's kind of like a struggle. Like it's basically almost like Spider-Man if he had like every power kind of thing. Like he's like, At first he's like, "I'm the man, I'm cool," and then all of a sudden he's like, "I almost killed somebody. What am I doing? I don't want this stuff." And then all of a sudden it's like, "Hey, I want it. Yeah, I'm cool. Let's do this again." But it's an interesting story. It's pretty cool. Avengers Arena number 7. This was awesome because this is a whole backstory on Arcade, and finally they explain how the hell he's able to do what he does and what's going on with Murder World and stuff like that. So if you've been reading these up to here and you haven't gotten this one, you need to get this one because it explains a shitload of what's going on, and it's just a really cool issue. His henchwoman or whatever the hell, second right-hand man or whatever you want to call her, it's like his birthday or thing, and he tells her that he wants her to try to kill him, and she almost does, and he's like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "You told me to." He's like, "Oh yeah, forgot about that." But it's cool. It's a good book. Ultron number 1, which is an Age of Ultron one-shot apparently, was interesting. Apparently this is the son of Ultron, and he's like half human, half robot, so he's kind of like a cyborg. And I think he was part of the Runaways, I think. Not 100% sure. But he's trying to save, like, humans that he finds, like, "Come with me, I'll hide you, don't worry about it." And they don't know that he's Ultron's son, and he's kind of, like, conflicted about it. And then they find out, and they're all, like, more afraid of him than the robots, so. But it was cool. It's interesting. It kind of goes well with the Age of Ultron, which I don't think I picked any of those. I mean, I have them, I read them, but I'm not going to show them. But it's actually a pretty good series so far, the Age of Ultron. They're finally getting to the bottom of stuff where it's like, alright, cool, I know what I'm doing now. Wolverine number 2. First one was kind of like, what the hell's going on? This one, they basically explain a little bit of what's going on, but it was just a really cool Wolverine book. He's getting his ass kicked by this little kid who's an alien. Well, he's not an alien, but whatever's going on. The ray gun is an alien, takes possession of him, And Wolverine is kind of getting his ass kicked, and he finds like this homeless guy, and the guy's like, "Oh, you want this stuff? It'll heal you, or whatever it is." And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I gotta clean my palate." He's like, "I can't. I smell everybody right now." He's like, I need to focus on this kid." So the guy's like, he starts drinking. He's like, "No, you're supposed to put it on your chest to rub it in." He's like, "No, I'm good." And he finds the little kid, and the kid's like, "I saw you, drink that. What does that taste?" He goes, "It was horrible." He's like, "It was like drinking germs and like all this crap." And he's like, "But it it was a cool book. It was actually good." Savage Wolverine number 4 was another cool one. They bring Shauna the She-Devil back to life, and this This Joe guy really doesn't know how to draw the ladies. A lot of fun though. It has Man-Thing in it. And this, I forget what the other guy is, the Asian dude that's got like a force field. I forget what he was called. But he finally reveals what the hell he was doing there. Very cool. Superior Spider-Man number 8. Another awesome one. Superior Spider-Man has been awesome so far. Every single one I've liked, except for the, whatever that manslaughter one, whatever that guy was called. I forget. It was kind of iffy. But they've been good so far. It's got Cardiac. He was an interesting like B-list character back in the day, and they brought him back. Just they brought back Sleepwalker. And Spider-Man, or Spider-Rock, or whatever you want to call him, finds Cardiac, and he's like, goes to take this thing that he created away from him. He's like, whatever it is, and Cardiac's kind of like, we need this to save this kid, and Peter Parker's kind of like, you're going to kill this kid if you, take this machine away from him. And Spider-Man, Spider-Rock, he's like, all right, I know how to work this, and he's like, how do you know how to do it? He's like, don't worry about it, and I'll perform the operation myself. And he actually operates on the little girl and saves her life, and it was a cool story. Captain America number 6, another cool story. Basically, Captain America's on the verge of killing Zola. He's just like, screw it, I'm taking him down, because he cooked the kid away. Ian, I think the kid's name is, and the sister, I forget what her name is, Jet. That was it. She's kind of like liking Captain America. She's like, oh, he's so great, and he didn't kill me, and blah blah blah. And she brings the little kid to Zola, and Zola's like, you'll learn. And then he kind of shows the kid footage of like Captain America with Bucky and how Bucky was killed, and then he gets another Bucky, and that Bucky disappears, and the kid thinks that Captain America lied to him, so he's like kind of against him now. But it was cool. Venom number 34, Toxin vs. Venom. This is actually a pretty cool book too. Like I said, I'm showing the ones I enjoyed. Just a knockout, kind of drag out kind of fight between the two of them, and it was cool. You kind of see a glimpse of the old Venom with the black suit, and Toxin is explaining how much he can't stand, whatever it is, and he's kind of like Carnage. They're kind of bonded together, but the symbiote hates him, and he hates the symbiote, but they're still like connected so much that they call themselves as one person. But it was a cool book. This one I was kind of disappointed in. This Astonishing X-Men number 61, which is the Extermination Part 5. This whole Extermination thing has sucked. I'm only getting like, I think the next one is Extermination number 2 or whatever it is. That's the last one for the thing. But it's been just like confusing and crappy. I'm like, it's like almost like they tried to redo the Age of Apocalypse but screwed up, and then they tried to do like their own like Second Coming kind of thing, and that didn't work well, and they're like, I'll just throw it together to work. Nah, it wasn't that good at all. I don't recommend them at all. They really did blow. At least that's what I think anyway. Nova number 3. This is actually really good too. I'm impressed. Surprised. I didn't think Nova was going to be good, but this was fun. Rocket Raccoon and Gamora teach him how to use his powers, and it was a fun little book. And last but not least, Red Hood and the Outlaws number 19. Basically focuses on Arsenal, Red Arrow, what the fuck he's called, and Starfire trying to find Jason Todd, who's retreated to where he was, I guess, trained in mystical arts, whatever it is, and yeah, it was basically what it was. I mean, it wasn't a bad book. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. Is it worth the, what is this thing? How much? $2.99? Yeah, it's worth $2.99. If it was worth $3.99, then no, it wouldn't be. But it wasn't that bad. Another thing to talk about, Arrow, the show. I watched the one last night. Friggin' amazing. Every single one of these episodes have been really cool, except the one last night was almost like a pivotal point in the series if you watch it. Spoiler alert, if you don't want to know what's going on, you might want to skip through this. They really, I mean, through the show, they've been, going back and forth to the island and showing stuff, which is cool. And then they, like when they introduced Roy Harper, you're kind of like, everyone's like, oh yeah, it's awesome. But this one, they really pushed, like, Roy Harper into almost like the spotlight. Like, he's like, I have to find this, this vigilante. I feel like I'm connected to him, and whole big thing. And like, all right, you're going to find him, we're going to track him down. And they had, like, Deadshot was in it, which is really cool. And this guy tried to assassinate these other, like, this family, and tries to go after this kid. And it's an awesome episode, and I'm looking forward to the other ones. There's only 3 left, unfortunately. But hopefully it'll be just as good as the other ones. It's very, very cool. And that's pretty much all I got for everyone. Yeah, I pretty much went over everything. Thanked everybody. I am catching up on videos, finally. Mr. Fix's Smash, if he's watching, I'm dedicating a day to him. Because I have so many of his videos on the watch list that tomorrow on Friday, it's pretty much going to be my entire day. I got nothing else to do. I'm going to sit in the computer and I'm going to watch all the Mr. Fix's Smash videos that I've missed over the past like month. And today, aside from other things, I've been trying to catch up on everyone else's videos. If you got comments from me, I've seen your video, obviously. So I'm trying to get through all the ones. I think I had like 100. I had like 105 videos I had to watch, and I'm actually down to 41 or 40 or something like that. So yeah, I'm cutting through them, going through them pretty quick, watching them. I'm enjoying everyone I've been watching. DeCosta DC Comics, Hero Hunter 81, Hippies Collectibles, still got a few of his to watch. Reader 1717, I got a few of hers to watch. So yeah, I'm catching up, little by little. But like I said, that'll do it. I really want to thank everybody that I mentioned. I really do appreciate the kind words and the encouragement. Things can't stay bad forever, so I'm kind of, I'm trying to keep myself positive and keep myself busy with other things rather than dwell on stuff you really can't have any control over. So see how everything goes. If you like what you see, please hit the like button. If you like what you see, subscribe. It's not the size of your man cave that matters. It's what you have in it. Later, everyone.